Okay, first of all, I know the history behind the WNBA. I know that both of those cities have had teams before and they got us where we're at, so I'm thankful for that.
The WNBA standout Cunningham, who is renowned for her fiery energy and audacious nature, recently made a startling admission that left Caitlyn Clark and fans globally dumbfounded. In a startling turn of events, Sophie revealed a significant update on a baby that nobody anticipated, provoking countless queries and frenzied conjecture on the internet. The basketball community was giddy with interest as soon as the story became public. However, what precisely did Sophie disclose? And why was Caitlyn Clark so unprepared? Let's explore this unexpected tale. The WNBA was both stunned and inspired by the news. Fans knew Sophie Cunningham as the Mercury's feisty competitor and relentless hustler, but she was discreetly delivering news unrelated to playoff runs or three-pointers. Sophie was getting ready for a new chapter in her life behind the bright lights and away from the thundering roars of the crowd. No stat sheet could ever fully convey the weight and significance of this chapter, which she had not disclosed to the public. Sophie and Caitlyn Clark had a private conversation about life in general rather than basketball. Her admission demonstrated that, despite the unrelenting seasons, athletes continue to prioritize their humanity while balancing relationships, personal development, and fresh starts. It was a poignant reminder that life never stops, even for experts, rather than a dramatic story to make headlines. Just as important as Sophie's declaration was Caitlyn's reaction. She didn't respond like a rookie sensation attempting to meet unrealistic standards. As the league's face under the scrutiny of critics and cameras, she remained silent. Rather, she responded merely as a friend. She was ecstatic. Her assistance came right away. She said, "You don't have to walk through this alone," while listening and grinning. Being a celebrity wasn't important to Caitlyn. It was about being human, being there and supporting someone she loved and respected. When word ultimately got out beyond that private discussion, the response served as a reminder of what sets the WNBA apart from other professional organizations. The announcement didn't cause any distractions or shatter the locker room. Rather, it made individuals more intimate. Among the first to offer words of support were rivals, athletes who typically compete against Sophie on the court. Openly celebrating, teammates shared love, humor, and enthusiasm for the next adventure. As supporters, they turned Sophie's news into a celebration that extended well beyond the game by posting sincere words, sharing personal tales, and lighting up social media with an avalanche of love. These kinds of moments are uncommon in athletics. They serve as a reminder that the WNBA is more than just box scores, highlight reels, and intense rivalries. It is fundamentally a family, a community united by more than rivalry. While players may engage in fierce competition during games, they celebrate each other's successes off the court, both personally and professionally. They are aware that each jersey number represents a person with aspirations, challenges, and significant achievements that should be celebrated. Sophie's tale serves as a reminder of the essence of the league and goes beyond an athlete statement. The WNBA displays humanity in addition to talent. And we can see why this league is so important to so many in those silent, impactful moments where life and sport collide. What was the response of Sophie's fans to the news? Were they pleased, taken aback, or critical? More than just basketball, let's explore the specifics of a phone call that halted spectators in their tracks. The news began as faint murmurs on the internet and quickly erupted into a flurry of responses. At first, a lot of people thought Sophie Cunningham's update was a standard off-season message about recuperation, training, or a personal endeavor. However, it became evident in a matter of minutes that this was no typical announcement. It was about something much more significant than timetables or statistics. This was more significant than basketball. This had to do with existence itself. Despite playing through the highs and lows of the WNBA season, Sophie had been keeping a secret. She knew just who she needed to call first when the time came to share it. Caitlyn Clark was on the other end of that phone. The WNBA's new face was a rookie star who had already won over fans nationwide. But titles and the glory didn't matter right now. It had nothing to do with Clark's increasing prominence or the lineup of the Fever. It was about two female teammates who were bonded by something stronger than basketball. That day, Sophie's voice had a distinct weight. She wasn't discussing training regimens, defensive matchups, or even the Fever's future. Rather, she shared a personal truth that has been near and dear to her heart for a long time. For Sophie, sharing this went beyond simply informing someone. It was about welcoming Caitlyn into a whole new phase of her life. Fans would later characterize Caitlyn's response as authentic, unvarnished, and unforgettable. When she learned about a colleague, she didn't respond like a celebrity. She responded as though she were a sister or a friend who recognized that real lives were going on beneath the league's flashy lights and jerseys. For Caitlyn, the call was about standing by someone she loved and admired in a pivotal moment of bravery and vulnerability, not about the next playbook or practice schedule. And that's what made this tale so captivating. It was more than just a basketball storyline. It was larger, more accessible to fans, and more human. It dispelled the myth that professional athletes are isolated from the joys, challenges, and accomplishments of daily life. They actually have the same feelings as everyone else. They are friends and teammates, daughters and sisters, women navigating successes and failures with the same uncertainty we all encounter. For Sophie, this meant taking a risky step into a phase of her life that she could no longer conceal. And about accomplishing so, with the help of a colleague who demonstrated that compassion is just as important as physical prowess. It became the kind of tale that fans couldn't stop discussing because it served as a reminder of something important, not because of three-pointers or stat lines. Even if athletes' performances may motivate us, what really unites us is their humanity. Given that she was not known to be in a relationship, many followers appeared perplexed by the change. How could she become pregnant? Let's explore the specifics of her romantic life. The reticent love life of Sophie Cunningham in her private life. Sophie Cunningham has made mystery an artistic medium. She is one of the most captivating players in the WNBA because of her fierce, tenacious, and infectious energy on the basketball court. She exhibits the same charisma on social media, sharing celebrations, behind-the-scenes photos, and moments that give people a glimpse into her life. However, Cunningham draws a sharp curtain when the topic turns to romance. Her admirers have been captivated and perpetually intrigued by this harmony between transparency and concealment. There haven't been any indications of a partner for years, nor have there been any mysterious tweets on X, tagged photographs on Instagram, or soft debuts that typically generate excitement among fan communities. Fans have received nothing but quiet instead. Loud, purposeful quiet. When Cunningham was connected to Jacob Nedig in the late 2000s, it was the last time anyone could confidently point to a relationship in her life. Nedig was more than a colloquial moniker. He was a multi-sport athlete who played basketball and football, and he appeared to share Cunningham's spirit of competition. Sophie herself stoked rumors in May 2020 when she proudly shared a picture of Nedig sporting her shirt. For supporters, it was a daring declaration that he was a member of their universe. However, that plotline vanished as fast as it had emerged. Updates regarding Nedig vanished after 2020. No confirmations, no captions, and no lingering images. By 2021, the relationship seemed to have vanished from the public eye, leaving people to speculate as to whether it terminated amicably or just went underground. In the years that followed, the quiet only grew more profound. The lack of any love trace was startling for an athlete who was so visible in this era of 24/7 sharing. Sophie's fame has grown much more by 2024. She was becoming well known for her daring play, stepping into more prominent positions off the court, appearing in interviews with Visit Phoenix, and even engaging in spiritual discussions with Pastor Travis Hearn. Fans have the opportunity to witness more of her character, morals, self-assurance, and humor throughout these visits. However, Sophie skirted around the unavoidable inquiries about her private life as if she were avoiding a defender. Nothing to encourage conjecture, no clues, no subtle slips. She seemed to have mastered the ability to respond to every question, with the exception of the one that admirers were most curious about. There are countless theories based on this stillness. Some people think Cunningham has made the decision to be unmarried in order to focus on her professional and personal development. Others are certain that she is in a relationship, but she has made the decision to zealously guard it, keeping her partner out of the public view. Some even claim that she likes the mystery itself, letting her audience guess while she stealthily directs the story. Regardless of the facts, one thing is certain. Sophie Cunningham has made the decision to let her story be defined by her game rather than her emotions. Her choice to put privacy first makes her stand out even more in a world of sports where athletes' romantic relationships frequently overshadow their careers. Fans are captivated not only by her jump shooting and defensive tenacity, but also by the unsolved mysteries surrounding her life off the court. It's incredible to see someone of her caliber juggle parenting and her athletic career. Is it because of her tenacity on the court? Let's now take a look at Sophie Cunningham, the tenacious warrior who never gave up. You must first understand Sophie Cunningham's story in order to comprehend why this news hit fans like a blow to the belly. Her story isn't one of quick fame or simple triumphs. Her ascent has not